I think we're going to call that one successful. So let's just jump right into it. Hey y'all, APG Jamie here. Here's my little prototype. I know, I actually made a prototype. As you can see, it's paperclip, cluster, tab thing. Oh dear, oh dear. Let's get to it. I'm mostly using scraps. Well, I think it pretty much all is scraps, and it is, you know, scrapbook paper. It's the paperweight one, and here I'm just going to be using an Elmer's extreme glue stick and just folding it over, gluing it on top of itself so that I can get a slightly thicker context. Well, you know, cardstock would have been fine, but I'm trying to use some scraps, y'all. And these particular scrap strips that I'm using are 10 inches long by basically 2 inches wide. And sizes can be changed or whatever. We are making altered paper clips that become a tab as well. Could be a bookmark, whatever, people. You can make them sideways or not sideways. Here I'm just using some cheesecloth because this is 4th Art Saturday, y'all. And their theme or inspirational prompt was "Oh dear," as in dear darling, or deer as in a deer in the woods. Okay, and color gray. So I'm using it was called black marble. The Dylusions one's called black marble, but it's basically a dark gray. And then the other one is a Recollections silver. They're both spray ink, so I think the Recollections had some mica in it. And I'm squishing it together there with y'all, distilled water in my spray bottles, and we're just scrooshing it around. I cut off another piece and add it in there to kind of lighten that gray up just a little bit more. The initial paper that we folded in half was a gray paper with some circle pattern on it, and that's how we're bringing in our gray, y'all. So we're just daubling that around, smooshing around with the silicone catalyst brush, and hickin', y'all, to dry it. Cheesecloth is not plastic, so it doesn't melt. Now, I recently saw Barbara over at Joggles. I think her name is Barbara, pretty sure. Anyway, Joggles. They're linked below. And she took the chunky glitter, you know, and smooshed that around on her cheesecloth, and I thought, well, I don't have chunky glitter, but I got glitter glue. It's old, but I got some. So I'm actually pulled off the little nozzle there and have stuck a paintbrush barrel in there to stir it all around and smoosh it all up, and it's still okay. It's thick, it's still okay. So let's just put a little distilled water in there, shall we? And then we'll stir it up and get out some more glitter glue. Yeah, Barbara used it over at the Joggles. She used a chunky. I don't have a chunky, but that's all right. This works. And it's hard to see on the camera, and it's also hard to see in the photo montage, which will come up in about 2 days from now. Anyways, smooshing that around. We're going to let that dry. And now we're coming back to our same size strips. This one I'm going to ink all the way around the edges on the inside because the white side's going to be the inside, okay? And you will see where we go for that. I just fold it in half. Now I have these paper clips. They are from Amazon. I will try to link below. Otherwise, you can just look for flat-edged paper clips, I believe. And slip that on the fold, and we're folding up the one side all the way up, and we're folding this side up all the way up. It's easier to get these kind of hidden paper clips on and off the paper when the front and the back, whichever is the front, whichever is the back, do not line up exactly. And I'm going to go ahead and round these corners. As you can see, I removed the paper clip back off. We're just rounding corners, and we're going to do some inking again. Try to cut out some of the inking, and a lot of the video is sped up. There will be a portion coming up that's basically just wash, rinse, repeat, only really fast. So yeah, inking around, and we've got it folded up. That's our fold part. I'm putting the paper clip back on there with the long side on whatever side it was on originally, and the short side the same. And we're just going to add some glue. Now, these are not super sturdy because they are just a paperweight, but because it's also mostly doubled up, it'd be all right, y'all. I would use cardstock if I happen to have scrap cardstock pieces. Okay? So it's a hidden paper clip. I don't think I put that in the title anywhere, but you know, now we know it is. And I'm just putting on some art glitter glue, just going to glue it all up everywhere. If you want the top tab part to be shorter, trim it off. Okay? So this part's just going to fold over. And it won't, that little seam really won't even be noticeable. You don't have to have it on there. I guess you could just cut it off even, and you wouldn't need to even fold over that little piece. But I wanted the little bit more sturdiness of the double thickness of paper. And as you can see, it's going to slide on. That is a sticker my husband picked up. It says, God is greater than any mountain or any ocean. So, and I have die cut the first gray paper that we did. And I have a piece of black cardstock. I'm going to add that to the back side just for a little more stability on the deer. Oh dear. And just to add a bit of a shadow. So if you offset layering just a little bit, you will have a bit of a shadow. And I decided, well, you know, instead of gluing this one on like I did on my prototype, let's see if we can use the little xyron. It's a sticker maker, y'all. You can sometimes find them at charity shops. Sometimes. Okay? And the deer just happened to fit in there. So it's not everything got sticker on it. But, you know, it's pretty close. And what you want to do is you want to smoosh down with your clear plastic on top. You want to smoosh it all down and get a little tool if you need to rub and smoosh that around in all the little tiny gaps and crevices and stuff like that. It just makes it easier to work with. I'm smooshing it all down. Now I'm going to pull off the clear plastic part, and the rest will be a sticker. It's going to automatically have sticky on the back. Okay? Watch. Y'all know what these are. Any hoodle doodles. I'm going to offset it just slightly. It adds just a tiny bit of shadow. And like I said, it adds just a bit of reinforcement to our deer, being how it was just with the paper, weight paper. And here is our dried cheesecloth with our stained gray ink on there and some glitters on there. I used both a grayish glitter and a white glitter. Okay? I can't tell them apart. So, here we go. Now, some of their feet was a little too long for me, so I just trimmed it off. And using fabritac, Fabrifix, Beacon 3-in-1, acetone based fabric based, well, it's not based, it's a fabric glue. Anywho, now we're going to use some glue and just putting it all over the back of the deer. Oh dear. And getting the tweezers so I can flip it around, and I'm just going to lay it on there. Now I've left my altered paper clip, hidden paper clip tabs a little longer because my deer has horns. Yeah. Anyway, we're making a few of them. How many? I think we made 3 besides the prototype, but you don't see me make the prototype. Anyway, now we're into the speed up process. You are more than welcome to slow down, on your device. If you happen to have are able to control the speed on your device, you're going to look for the little cog, the gear, in which case you should be able to go to some settings in there, and it asks if you want to go normal speed or speed up or slow down, either one. The voice changes a little bit. Sometimes it can be entertaining, sometimes it can be creepy. So, you know, pick your poison, people. And if you need to trim up along the sides, now would be the time to do that. And then if you're going to ink. Definitely if you're going to round those bottom corners, you want to do that before you glue the paper clip all in there. So each one's getting a gray deer with the black shadow and some of the gray cheesecloth treated with glitter. Now we're bringing out some faux fall leaves. Not sure where I picked these up from. Some of them have like a painted on design, and some of them do not. And they do not have the plastic stem on there, although I have some larger faux fall leaves that have a stem on them. I would pull it off because it's plastic and it's just bothersome. So I've got some computer printed sentiments that we're going to use on this particular one. And just to be able to round that other edge, I just temporarily stuck it to a piece of paper. You can also use stickies if you happen to have one handy on your desk to round off that fourth corner. And we've glued all that on there. Now we're going to add an eyelet. So we've slowed back down and we've punched our hole. I used the little tiny hole. Well, it's not tiny, but it's the smaller one. And I have some of the small eyelets. We're going to use those. And I'm just examining it. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good. What are we going to put? What are we going to put in the eyelet now? So I got out these threads, fiber. The other one I used some crochet cotton or embroidery floss on that one. That's what it was. And I've got these little bells I've picked up. I think they all may have came from the Dollar Tree at one time or another. Don't quote me on that. Could have been any of my getting places, y'all. Could have been a charity shop even. So I'm using a piece of folded thin wire to using it basically as a threader. I've wrapped it around the fiber there and run it through the little lip of the bell. And I'm using 2 tiny bells and 1 larger bell. They are all tiny bells though, just saying. Now we're poking it through the eyelet hole, and we're just going to tie it. In a fight with tying it, because I'm like, that's too long, so I try to come back and tie it shorter, so that, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I like it. And they've got this cute little tinkle tinkle sound to them, y'all. These could be used for bookmarks. They don't have to be used for tabs. They could just be used for decorations. You could literally, depending on the type of gift you're giving, use it as a gift tag. Okay. Like I said, if you want the tab to be slightly shorter, just trim that off. There's also an alternative way of folding this so that you have like a butterfly on top. Oh, flip-flop time already, y'all. I know it's kind of a short-ish video for me. So there's our prototype, and here's the ones we've made on screen. They all have different sentiments. I used some Timmy quote chips. There's a list of ingredients in the description box below, which also includes the prompt for December. Okay, and as you can see, put it on this page of a journal, the side page, the top page. If you want to make them sideways, y'all. You're the boss of your stuff. And I'm doing one way, one the other way, just so we can see all 4 of them out there, even though we didn't make the prototype on screen. It's okay. And you can color coordinate as you so desire. They don't have to be for fall. It can be spring even. So there we go. Look at them. Spread them out. Check them out. Add a pocket. Ta-da! Photo montage. You want to use a bulb pen instead of fiber? Okay. You don't want to add an eyelet? okay. You don't have to. Oh dear, dear, how we love you, our dear. Not all who wander are lost. I think. Gather. That's a good one for this month, right? It's our thankful month, y'all. They're cute. You can't hardly see the glitter. I try to zoom in to see the glitter. You can sort of see it. But that's okay. We know it's there and it adds just a touch of shimmer. Thanks for watching and happy art, y'all. Give thanks.